She thought she was being helpful. A 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio was waiting at baggage claim when a well-dressed man asked if she could carry a small gift box through customs for him. His luggage was overweight, he explained. It would only take a moment. She said yes. 3 hours later, she was in a detention room being questioned about the drugs hidden inside that box. A box she never opened. A favor she thought was harmless. Her vacation turned into a nightmare that took months and thousands of dollars in legal fees to resolve. This is not a rare story. It happens more often than you think. And it is just one of the many traps waiting for trusting travelers at airports around the world. Today, I am going to share the things seniors should never do at airports. Not because older travelers are less capable, but because scammers specifically target people who are polite, patient, and willing to help. Qualities that make someone a wonderful person also make them a perfect victim. The Federal Trade Commission released a report showing that adults over 60 lost $2.4 billion to fraud in 2024. That is 4 times more than in 2020. And those are just the reported cases. The real number could be as high as $80 billion when you account for people too embarrassed to come forward. Airports are hunting grounds. Here is how to avoid becoming prey. Never carry anything for a stranger. This is the most dangerous mistake any traveler can make. It does not matter how kind the person seems. It does not matter how small the item looks. It does not matter what story they tell you. Drug smugglers and criminals use innocent-looking travelers as mules. They approach people who look trustworthy, often seniors, and ask them to carry a package, an envelope, a wrapped gift, or a sealed box. The item contains contraband. When security finds it, you are the one holding it. You are the one who gets arrested. The person who gave it to you vanishes into the crowd. There is no explaining your way out of this. Airport authorities find illegal items in your possession, and suddenly you are facing charges in a foreign country with no way to prove your innocence. People have spent years in prison for saying yes to a simple favor. The rule is absolute. Never carry anything for anyone you do not personally know and trust completely. Never connect to random Wi-Fi networks. You find a seat near your gate. Your phone shows a network called Airport Free Wi-Fi. You connect without thinking. Pages load. Everything seems normal, but behind that connection, someone is watching every move you make. This is called an evil twin attack. Criminals create fake Wi-Fi networks with names that look almost identical to the real airport network. Maybe one extra letter, maybe a dash instead of an underscore. The difference is invisible to tired travelers just trying to check their email. Once connected, hackers can see every site you visit. They can capture passwords as you type them. They can intercept banking information, read your messages, and install malware on your device without you ever knowing. In 2024, over 8,000 travelers reported digital theft after connecting to fake airport Wi-Fi. Most did not discover it until days later when their accounts were already drained. Before connecting to any network, confirm the exact name with airport staff or check the official airport website. Better yet, use your phone's cellular data or a personal hotspot. That small cost is nothing compared to losing your bank account. Never use public USB charging ports. Your battery is low. You spot a charging station with open USB ports. You plug in your phone, it starts charging. Everything looks fine, but those ports can be compromised. Hackers tamper with public USB stations to install something called juice jacking. When you connect your phone, malicious software silently transfers onto your device. It can copy your photos, passwords, contacts, and banking apps without displaying a single warning. The FBI has issued warnings about this threat at major airports across the country. The solution is simple. Always bring your own wall charger and plug directly into an electrical outlet, or carry a portable power bank. If you absolutely must use a public USB port, use a data blocking adapter. It allows electricity to flow but completely blocks data transfer. Never post photos of your boarding pass. You are excited about your trip. You snap a picture of your boarding pass and share it with family or post it on social media. It seems harmless, It is just a ticket. But that barcode contains more than your seat assignment. It holds your full name, your frequent flyer number, your booking reference, and your complete travel itinerary. With that information, criminals can cancel your flight, steal your airline miles, or use your identity to commit fraud. The same goes for baggage tags. Scammers have been caught watching travelers remove tags at baggage claim, then using that information to file fake lost luggage claims and collect compensation. All they need is your name and flight number. Never post travel documents online. Never throw away boarding passes or luggage tags at the airport. Take them home and shred them. What feels like a small detail to you is a goldmine to someone looking to exploit it. Never scan random QR codes. They are everywhere now, on walls, on tables, on signs near gates. Scan here for Wi-Fi. Scan here for the menu. Scan here for flight updates. But criminals have learned to print their own fake QR codes and place them over legitimate ones. When you scan, your phone opens a page that looks completely normal. Meanwhile, you have just handed your personal information to thieves or downloaded malware onto your device. This is called quishing, and roughly 1 in 4 Americans have fallen for it. The attack is invisible. There are no warnings, just a normal-looking screen that quietly compromises your security. If a QR code looks scratched, crooked, or like a sticker placed over another sticker, do not scan it. Type the official website address manually instead. A few extra seconds of caution can prevent weeks of damage. Now here is something that brings all of this together. What I have covered so far are just the most common traps. There are dozens more. Hidden fees, fake officials, taxi scams, currency exchange tricks. Each one designed to catch travelers who are tired, distracted, or simply too trusting. I created a complete resource that covers everything in one place. It is called the Airport Survival Guide. From security procedures to scam prevention to strategies that experienced travelers use, it is all there. If you want to travel with confidence instead of constantly worrying about what might go wrong, the link is in the description and pinned comment below. Now let me continue with more things you should never do. Never accept help from unofficial porters. You are tired from a long flight. Your bags are heavy. A friendly stranger approaches and offers to help carry your luggage. It feels like a relief. But unofficial porters are a common scam at airports worldwide. They grab your bags before you can respond, help you outside, and then demand outrageous tips. Some refuse to return your luggage until you pay. Others simply disappear with your belongings. Real airport porters wear official uniforms and identification badges. They work at designated counters or assistance stands. If someone approaches you uninvited, politely decline and keep moving. If they persist, walk towards security or an official help desk. Never pay cash fines to anyone in the terminal. A man in uniform stops you. His badge looks official. He says there is a problem with your paperwork. Maybe your bag is overweight. Maybe your documents are incorrect. He demands an on-the-spot payment to avoid further trouble. This is a scam. Real airport and customs officers never collect cash fines in hallways or public areas. If there is a legitimate issue, you will be escorted to a proper office with documentation and receipts. Anyone who pressures you to pay immediately is committing fraud. Do not hand over money. Do not hand over your passport. Walk away and find a real officer to verify the situation. Never use ATMs in isolated areas. You need local currency. You spot an ATM tucked away in a quiet corner. It looks brand new and perfectly safe. But criminals attach skimming devices to ATM card slots. These devices are nearly invisible and copy your card information the moment you insert it. Some even use tiny cameras to record your PIN as you type. Within hours, your cloned card could be used overseas while you are still standing in line for coffee. Before using any ATM, check if the card slot feels loose or looks different from other machines. Tug gently. If anything moves, walk away. Cover your hand when entering your PIN, and whenever possible, use ATMs inside official bank branches or staffed areas. Those are much harder for criminals to tamper with. Never trust unsolicited ride offers. You step outside the terminal and someone approaches with a smile. Taxi? Good price. They help with your bags before you can respond. By the time you realize the ride is not legitimate, Your luggage is already in the trunk. Unlicensed drivers target tired travelers, especially seniors who look disoriented. They charge double, triple, sometimes 5 times the normal fare. Others claim the card machine is broken, so you have to pay cash. Some take longer routes through traffic to run up the meter. Always use the official taxi line or a verified rideshare app. Look for marked vehicles with visible license numbers and driver identification. Ask for the approximate fare before getting in, and never accept a ride from anyone who approaches you first. Never let anyone rush you. This is perhaps the most important rule of all. Scammers rely on urgency. They create pressure. They make you feel like you need to decide right now, pay immediately, sign quickly, move faster. Real help never demands instant decisions. Real assistance does not disappear when you ask questions. Real service does not make you feel uncomfortable or confused. If anyone at an airport makes you feel rushed, pressured, or uncertain, stop. Take a breath. Step back. Ask for identification. Verify the situation with official staff. The few minutes you take to confirm something could save you from a devastating mistake. The statistics are sobering. Adults over 60 are the primary targets for airport scams because they tend to carry more savings. They are more likely to be polite and trusting, and they often travel alone. But knowledge changes everything. Once you recognize the patterns, the tricks lose their power. You see the setup before it reaches you. You walk past the trap instead of into it. Remember these rules. Never carry anything for strangers. Never connect to unverified Wi-Fi. Never use public USB ports. Never post travel documents. Never scan suspicious QR codes. Never accept unofficial help. Never pay cash fines. Never use isolated ATMs. Never trust unsolicited rides. And never let anyone rush you. Travel should be exciting, not frightening. Airports are gateways to incredible experiences. But every gateway has people waiting to take advantage of those passing through. Being aware does not mean being paranoid. It means being prepared. If you found this information valuable, share it with someone you care about. A parent. A grandparent. A friend planning their next trip. The more people who know these tactics, the fewer victims scammers can find. Subscribe to this channel for more tips on navigating airports safely. Every week, we break down the rules, rights, and realities of modern travel so you can fly smarter and more secure. Safe travels, stay alert, and never let kindness become your weakness.